Legally, I don't know what the individuals can do to avoid fines or other harassment by police or other officials. But these are not laws. These are not laws. So I don't know how they can enforce them.
The flag of freedom.
If you cannot be safe in church,
We are not afraid to say
you're in serious trouble.
we'll defend it all the way. We are not afraid to defend the cause of freedom.
Mr. Gorbachev,
Yes, we are not afraid to defend
tear down this wall.
the cause of freedom.
Welcome back to Slightly Offensive here on Blaze TV. We are here at the beginnings, of course, of the rally against the shutdown here in the state of Washington, specifically in Olympia. Anyway, we're going to hear why citizens, they want to get back to work, they want to continue on with their lives, and they don't want tyranny to survive any longer. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and always check that you are still subscribed, as you don't get magically unchecked, like as many of you report every day. Anyway, we hope you enjoy the show. With still about 20 minutes for the actual rally to begin, there's already hundreds of people, if not thousands, as we don't have an actual count, of patriots all around of different political affiliations yelling for what they love the most. This country, but not the country that they're seeing at the moment, but a country that stands for freedom and against tyranny.
I got bills to pay, and I want to go back to work.
I was in beauty school and now they canceled that, so it's affected my whole school year. I don't know if I'm gonna have to go to another school. So it's just really altered my future and I had big plans.
Man, it sucks because I want to go back to work. That pride that you feel when you go home every day from work, that's like nothing that can be taken. And Jay Inslee has taken away a lot of jobs from people.
So your sign says, my fishing pole identifies as an essential worker. Obviously that comes down to the point of who gets to decide what's an essential worker and who isn't. Why did you choose this object specifically?
Hey, I've been an essential worker since it started. I just feel that it's an essential activity really, that we can go out and, they say go out and do what you need to do, exercise, whatever, but they close public land, they close fishing. Why can't I go out and fish when...
You can't fish.
Can't fish in Washington State, one of the only state in the country that has closed fishing.
So you can't catch your own food, but you can go into a grocery store and buy the food.
Yep.
You can't stop a man from fishing. I mean, look at this. I mean, you're just using your liberties, right? You're just coming out here and fishing?
Absolutely. I bought a license at the beginning of the year. Doesn't do any good. You don't need a license, apparently, because you can't fish anyway.
Well, a lot of you guys have obviously seen our videos in Seattle covering the Antifa protests. But we have a couple guys here. You guys are not in Antifa, no?
No, definitely not.
Not big supporters of it?
Not a big fan.
Meanwhile, someone like you has your entire life put on hold than the virus.
Yes, definitely.
They're taking away a lot of rights with this.
Facts over fear. You got that right.
They always said that the Russians were going to bomb us. That never happened, Let's look at Vietnam veterans. They sprayed them with Agent Orange, and that's my father died from the lies of the government. And so definitely I'm trying to make a statement. I'm trying to laugh and mock everyone else that I see that wears the mask, because what I see is when I see people wearing a mask, it's like, you must watch TV.
We have to remember that any infringement on our rights never stays limited. And we're headed towards a centralized authoritarian style government here. And people think, everything's just temporary, everything's gonna pass. And it's really an illusion. So if you let government take 1 inch, they will take 1 mile.
Less than 5 miles away from us is a private golf club, Tacoma Golf and Country Club. Very similar. It's a private club. Members out there on acres golfing by themselves. And 2 days ago, Inslee sent armed agents from the Alcohol and Cannabis Board to tell the golfers to get off the golf course and go back to their homes.
What I fear the most for the future is, every time we have a new infectious disease, is this going to lay the platform for how we deal with it from now on? I think that's scary because viruses aren't going to go.
Viruses aren't going to go away. Is this a new platform for dealing with viruses or social control? This is abuse of authority, pure and simple.
Way, and they're going to mutate. We'll have different ones resurface, and I think it's kind of a dangerous thing to just start treating things differently.
The media is not telling us facts. They're just promoting fear. Fear lowers your IQ, and then you look to authority to feel better.
Yeah, we're questioning the mainstream narrative, and I think the people that get called conspiracy theorists are the people that don't agree with the mainstream narrative. And so I think it's an easy way to label all those people that are questioning what we're told and kind of poo-poo them aside and say they're crazy.
Where do you get your information from?
Online. I get a lot of information on YouTube. I've watched Blaze Media. I was raised this way. My mom was always a questioner and kind of like challenging the narratives, and so I was just always raised kind of questioning. She always told me if everyone agrees on it, then you should question it and do your own research. So that's what I've always done.
In addition to the thousands of people that are in attendance at the rally, hundreds, if not thousands more, are gridlocking the streets around the Capitol building, driving around with signs, honking their horns in support at a safer social distance, I guess. But anyway, whether you prefer to be inside of the protest here or you prefer to drive around the streets, the message is quite clear. The people want their state back open, and maybe not just this state, maybe all of them. Let the people work.
It's time to open it up. We understood for a couple weeks, it's something that had to be beaten, but this is getting ridiculous. He tells us May 4th, and now he tells us that it's not going to be May 4th, or it probably won't be May 4th. So I think the governor just needs to grab his balls and reopen.
I just think that there's a lot of different other things to focus on right now, and I don't think this is being handled well at all. I think the healthy people need to go back to work. I think we need to get the economy back up and going. What do they say? The cure can't be worse than the disease.
The problem that hardly no one is talking about is the financial repercussions and how the big boys are going to make a lot of money on this, investment-wise, land-wise, bankruptcies, foreclosures, other things. And you're always seeing that happen with people limited on how they get into housing. Construction costs are going to go up. Those that can build houses it's going to be slower. The financial repercussions of this are a lot worse than this goofy cold or flu, COVID-19. Serious, serious trouble. And the people do need to rise up and demand more, because this is abuse of governmental power, of leaders that should not be abusing the people this way. This is not freedom. This is tyranny, tyrannical, and it's also abusive. It's not constitutional, for sure. And these aren't laws. These are just statements and demands by governors that have got their head up their butt, frankly. They need to get people back to work. Work is the only thing that's going to move us forward. Work and responsible citizenry. It's the only thing that'll move us back. Socialism and control of the masses will not move us forward. It will move us backwards, period. And that's the direction we're going, unfortunately. Good day.